General education requirements started to help students figure out what they were interested in because most students didn't know what to major in when they first came to school. They also opened up horizons for students to open up doors they had never considered before. Administrators believed these requirements would expand students' knowledge and help them gain more skills. In 1988, Penn State implemented the general education requirements to give students more of a choice of courses they could take over their 4 years here. 11 years later, in 1999, Penn State made 10 changes to the general education requirements, which included adding a freshman seminar and reducing the health and physical activity requirements by 1 credit. In 2013, 14 years later, Penn State formed the General Education Planning and Oversight Task Force and began to revise the general education process. Today, Penn State students are required to take 45 credits of general education courses. The credits are broken down into 2 domains: skills and knowledge. The skills are made up of writing, speaking, and quantification. The knowledge domain is made up of health and physical activity, natural sciences, arts, humanities, and social and behavioral sciences. In the past few years, students have been questioning the purpose of general education requirements as a whole. This has led to many bigger questions, such as, what is the purpose of college? Is the purpose really the same as it was 20 years ago when these requirements were formed? For most students, the purpose has changed. Today, students are more interested in securing a job in the workforce than they are with becoming a well-rounded person. The question is, can administrators force a student to be well-rounded? Hasn't today's society necessitated students with a college degree to get a job? The other concern is that students only take these classes to get an A. Instead of picking classes that truly interest them, students find the easiest classes to boost their GPAs. So are they really working? Let's hear from some students and faculty. Our first interview is from Rachel Stone, who is from the Naval Medical Corps. She believes gen eds let us explore to an extent, but they take away from students being able to take more classes in their major. For example, Rachel would rather take a SOAP note class or have more clinical time than take another history class. These classes would set her apart from other students who are applying for nursing school as well. Mrs. Monica Rebbe from Not So Publishing agrees with Rachel. She also adds that her son, who is now a senior in high school, may not get into the music program of his choice because he struggled with certain general education requirements, which lowered his GPA. Jessie Lillo, a fine artist, believes that gen eds give you the opportunity to discover yourself. They can also provide you with new perspectives on professions in the real world. Emily Kemmerer agrees with Miss Lillo, in that gen eds in college have a lot more variety. This allows you to pick a course that could be related to your major. However, she thinks gen eds in high school are stifling because of the rigid system of gen eds put into place. A high school principal, Mr. Jeffrey Collar, believes that gen eds in high school are important because they help you figure out what you want to pursue in life. This provides a good transition into college. However, gen eds in college should be more connected to the majors that students wish to pursue. Another principal, Mr. Douglas Reiner, agrees with Mr. Collar on the subject of high school gen eds. His belief on college gen eds is that many students who come into college are unsure about what they want to do in life, so gen eds are essential for those students. For students who are locked into their majors, it is understandable why this would be frustrating. The next interview is from Angela, from the Arts Department.
So the question about gen eds is, I think gen eds are actually like a good thing to have. The only problem I have with it is that here at Penn State, I feel like I'm bogged down by gen eds. Like all the credits that I'm having to take in gen eds is sort of pushing me or like pulling me away a bit from my major. And I would rather come to college to learn about my major more than about gen eds. However, I think they are helpful for like giving you a better rounded education. For example, I think English is important, science is important, math is important. They're all important, and I would definitely need to, know something like, for example, programming if I were to do digital arts anytime in my future. So gen eds are important and they are helpful to me, I think, now and in the future, but the only thing is I think the amount of gen eds that we have to take distracts me from also focusing on my major work.
Our final interview is from Sam, a mechanical engineering major.
Gen eds. I actually love gen eds because being in 7,000 math classes and 10,000 physics and chemistry, and you're working with numbers all goddamn day, you want to be able to do something with your hands. And I definitely think, I'm not taking any gen eds right now, but first semester I took a theater class where we were building sets, something along those lines, and being someone who's very into theater and the arts in general but has no artistic ability, going into there actually let me relieve some stress. It let me use a different part of my mind, made me sharper whenever I was doing math, and actually getting to apply, like using tools. Like being an engineer, people want you to come and fix things. They want you to be able to think about things in a different perspective. And I can't do that unless I'm working with tools. So I definitely think gen eds are critical, especially in an engineering major, for us to be able to apply what we're learning in class and feel like it's actually kind of useful.
Penn State's goal with the task force is to make general education requirements more relevant to students' majors and have them be just as important as major classes. The university is also trying to become more appealing to incoming students by creating a format for general education requirements. This will hopefully make us stand out as a university. The task force has been divided into 7 subcommittees. The group is planning to implement the new program in the fall of 2015. Currently, the task force is looking into 3 different options for future general education requirements. The first is the Modern Literacies prototype. According to Penn State, the Modern Literacies prototype offers students opportunities to cultivate new literacies in learning, inquiry, applied quantification, social responsibility, and personal finance, even as it reinforces traditional literacies in writing, speaking, and quantification. This prototype ensures breadth by requiring 15 credits of domain area expertise outside of the major, and flexibility in the manner in which students develop integrative thinking. The second prototype is Chosen Topics. The Gen Eds Matter website states that the Chosen Topics prototype is designed to reaffirm the foundational importance of writing, speaking, and numeracy, and to infuse a dimension of exploration into the curriculum. Its distinguishing feature, however, is to cultivate in students the ability to analyze, evaluate, and interpret a single important topic from a variety of disciplinary perspectives. The third prototype is Scaffolded. Penn State affirms that the Scaffolded prototype builds on foundational skills in writing, speaking, logical reasoning, data analysis, and decision-making to support student learning through all levels of the undergraduate curriculum. It brings disciplinary knowledge to bear on 2 broad frames: major global issues and the human condition, at 3 curricular levels that include breadth in all domains, and offers students 9 credits of free exploration. Hopefully, with future changes, Penn State can change the face of general education. This is a very important issue because we come back to the question, what is the real purpose of college? College should be an environment for students to learn, yet still achieve enough skills to pursue a career after graduating. It is true that students are more career-focused in today's world. We cannot force students to be well-rounded, but we can encourage them to find ways to expand their horizons. It is our hope that Penn State will be able to achieve this goal in the near future.